What's up, family? We are getting this podcast in. We didn't shoot on Sunday like we should have.
It was busy.
Yeah. But we're getting it done so that it'll be up.
It's happening.
'Tis happening.
I was looking at the light like that was a camera. I was like, it's happening.
Go ahead and click the red button so it'll stop being red. Nope. On your microphone, baby. So it'll stop blinking.
Boom.
Marquita, have you done a podcast?
Yeah.
Can you try and get it your milk?
My girlfriend Marquita got big old boobies, so the baby is like, give me them titties, yeah. He is here for it. Oh, there's a gnat in here. What's up, everybody?
How y'all doing?
Welcome back to another episode of Is This Gonna Cause an Argument? I am one of your hosts, Angel, also known as That Chick Angel. Tell them who you are, baby.
I'm Marcus, the other host of Is This Gonna Cause an Argument?
We are a bi-weekly podcast where he and I, first of all, are husband and wife.
Yeah, I was the one who was going to say, because you always get on me. Why don't you ever tell them?
You still didn't tell them, though.
And you don't tell them either.
I tell them every time. This was my first
You don't
time.
never tell them.
Marcus,
You tell them after you tell me to tell them.
I have receipts, and I will give you
Check
all
your
the receipts.
in.
No, you check them. You check all the
Anyway,
receipts.
we married, y'all.
For almost 13 years. Been together for a while.
Yeah.
And as you can see, we have no problem getting into an argument. So that is why our show is called Is This Going to Cause an Argument? Because we touch base on all the things, whether it be relationships, whether it be politics, pop culture, whether it be your husband sending emails in the middle of you all doing your podcast instead of him being focused.
I'm very focused.
Are you focused?
Yeah.
Okay, talk then.
Focused on keeping these checks coming in. That's what I'm focused on.
Are you really? Anyways, you can follow us not only on our own personal social media platforms. I'm That Chick Angel across every platform. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can follow this guy.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at Marcus Ain't on the Gram and on Facebook at, that ain't at, is it?
Yeah.
Marcus Ain't on the Book.
Yeah, it's at Marcus Ain't on the Book.
Yeah, at Marcus Ain't on the Book. You can find my product. I got a product called Man Shit. MANSHYT. It's a beard and body butter.
Yeah.
You can go to manshit.com. Again, MANSHYT.
Yep.
Go to the website. It's 100% natural beard and body butter. I make it myself. Mm-hmm. I mix it up. I refrigerate it. I do all of that stuff just for y'all.
And then I have merchandise now.
Absolutely.
Too.
She got merchandise. She got a shirt, saved and sexy.
Because that is what I am. Hallelujah.
If you are watching, there you go.
Amen.
There you go. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see the shirt right below.
And if you're not, you'll see it in the show notes. So you'll be able to click the link to either getting yourself some man shit, or you can get you a nice saved and sexy shirt. So yes, please support us. We appreciate the support and love. You can also follow this podcast on Instagram at Is This Gonna Cause an Argument? As well as we are on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play. Please rate us. It makes us more discoverable. So I think we've covered all the business.
Yeah.
Right? That was all the business.
I think so.
So baby.
What's happening?
You know what's up. What's got you in your feelings?
What's got me in my feelings? Let me see.
You didn't already know this before we started?
No, I was thinking about it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? It's that time of year.
What is the most wonderful time of the year or no?
No, it's, I don't know. I always feel a certain way about this time of year. I think it's the change of the season.
Does it make you a little depressed?
A little bit.
Uh-huh.
A little bit. I don't know what it is.
Seasonal depression.
But it only happens this season.
Yeah.
Spring, it don't happen.
It's seasonal depression, and this is the season that you get it.
But I'm not depressed, but it's like a different environment. Especially this time of year always reminds me of being in Kentucky, because it reminds me of my childhood, because you can smell the seasonal change, like the leaves and everything.
Yeah.
That was always kind of nice. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's a little weird.
So that's got you in your feelings. I
don't know if it's got me fully in my feelings. I'm excited about cooling off and getting rid of all these bugs, though.
Do the bugs go away when? I feel like the spiders come into the house when it gets cold.
During the change of the season, when it starts getting cold, they come in, and then they go into hibernation or die off.
Oh, we got a gnat in the studio. And
right
it is
here.
having a good time in front of our box lights.
I'm about to dive over this table,
Knock over
the camera, everything.
Oh my goodness. I forgot to say, you can watch this podcast on YouTube at That Chick Angel TV.
Yes.
What's got me in my feelings is, in the bad way, what's got me in my feelings. Listen, I talked about you not having something. Now I can't think of nothing. You know what? You know what? I want to book a job. That's got me in my feelings. I don't like not working. Granted, I'm working constantly, consistently on all of our social media stuff, and that does generate money. So that always brings me happiness and joy. I am making money. But I want to book another job, and it's frustrating when it doesn't feel like it's coming in as fast as you want it to. But I mean, I keep the faith. I keep it up. I wish y'all could see my son attacking my friend's boobs.
So he's like, it ain't no way these 2 gallons ain't got to
He
drop
called
of milk in
her breast gallons. They are rather large, but you did not have to call them gallons.
That's what he's thinking.
He's like, this. He's
saying the ones I usually get out of, I'm used to that size, but these right here.
This is a lot. So what's got me in good feelings is that my husband gave me the sweetest compliment the other day. You want to tell him what you said?
Which one? I say so much.
No.
I'm just always on top of it.
No, you've gotten better, though.
And I ain't have no choice.
Yeah, you're right. You got to speak my language. What do you want to...
that's Angel's love language. I told her when it comes to being a mother and a wife, she's perfect.
Isn't that sweet? I said, now that's a false statement, but I appreciate that that's the way you feel about me. Please, no. You know, I will say, I do take my responsibilities as both, as a wife and as a mother, very seriously.
Yeah, like I see all the stuff that she does as a mom. I'm like, we would not be surviving very well.
Oh, yes, you would. You would step up to the plate.
Nah, we would survive.
No, you would step up to the plate. I have set a standard. You would step up to the plate to that standard.
She's doing practice tests and quizzes with the oldest son. I'm just here to fix stuff and do science projects. That's pretty much all I do.
You fill in the gap when
I'm
like...
this youngest one over here, it is what it is. We'll grow to something.
But yeah, no, that really, that put a little spark in my heart. Marcus is not the most talkative person to begin with. As you all know, who have been following us for a while, it took him forever to open up to the family, okay, to the channel.
Yeah, y'all thought it was just y'all. I don't do a whole lot of talking.
So yeah, same thing with me, and it's hard. That can be difficult when my love language is words of affirmations. So I need for you to affirm me often. I'd
rather just buy something.
Right, and that's sweet.
Here.
But I need for you to be like, I got this for you because you are amazing, and I love you, and I don't ever want to be without you. I need all of that said out loud for me to hear, and other people too.
See, I'm stupid because all these years and all this money I done spent on these gifts and stuff, I could have just been and had some color pencils and crayons and just making up some cards and writing sweet, beautiful things.
I prefer to hear it than to read it. I'm gonna be honest.
I'll explain it to you while I'm drawing. We in the money.
Listen, because words are powerful. I know a lot of people feel like, oh, words, you could just say anything.
Nah, words are powerful.
They're powerful. Listen,
the tongue
for those
is mightier
of you,
than the pen.
Come on. That's why I need you to say it with your mouth and not just write it down in a card. And listen, if for those of people who are Christian, listen, that's part of the plan of salvation. You have to confess with your mouth. See? It's a part of it. Confess to me that I am your everything.
I'm feeling good.
Why you in your feelings?
I don't know, everything else.
Everything else?
Yeah. I'm coming out of I was hitting a low moment.
A little bit of a funk?
Yeah, a little bit of a funk past couple months. Not like deep down valley, but I feel like I'm on an upturn. Like I said the last podcast, I feel like something major is about to happen because I feel like the devil has been attacking. And I'm like, bring it. Come on.
Bring it.
Come on with it.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm just starting to see all the different avenues in which you can be attacked. And I'm like, you ain't always prepared.
Right.
I know I ain't been. I was like, oh.
Did not know
got
this
some
was
more
about
tricks
to
in the bag, huh?
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, good, boo. So we have somebody off camera. I felt like you all really enjoyed the last episode, and I thought something that was nice was that we had another perspective coming in off camera. Last episode, if you haven't checked it out, was on your partner's sexual past, and we had my good friend Brescia Webb sitting off camera. Well, today we had an
unscripted. It just happened to happen.
It just happened to happen. She was over, and so the same thing. God is just doing this. One of my girlfriends happened to FaceTime me. Do you want them just to know your first name? Mm-hmm. Okay, Miss.
I mean, we've mentioned you so many times before.
That's true.
This is my good friend Marquita, who is in audience with us. She's my soror. She's my sister in Christ. Okay, and she is a very opinionated person. So I thought this would be great to have her because it always is good. I used to tell Marcus this all the time. When you're recording something for people to watch, you have to state your opinion. You can't just be like, I don't know. And he used to hit me with the I don't know all the time. Yeah. And I'm like, no. People did not watch for an I don't know. Even if you're not fully believe in your opinion, just state it. And then we can bounce from there. But anyways, I was like, oh, this would be great. So Marcus was like, what are we going to talk about? I was like, oh, because it's been on my mind because my mother lives with us. And
yeah, she does.
The dynamic of being an adult child.
Yeah.
When you still have parents, like how the relationship and the dynamic changes.
Yeah.
When you become an adult, and I did not really see how fully me and my mama's dynamic had changed until she moved in the house with us. And this is not like in a bad way. It was just like
it's a completely different thing because it's like your entire life you've lived with her. Or
yes.
Off and on, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's like she's living with you. So it changes things.
Right. I mean, it's a backstory for that. We invited my mom to live with us because she was like living in two different places. She had a house one place, an apartment one place. And it wasn't like she was actually happy
Buying a house
within
another place, yeah.
And so we were like, we knew that she always said that she wanted to live in California, or at least since I've lived in California. So I was like, why don't you move in with us? That way, you know, one, you'll be saving a bunch of money because you ain't going to have two rents to pay. And you can, you know.
And she likes like stupid big houses. And when I say stupid big, like too big for one person. And I'm like, and she's liked a lot of the houses that she's seen out here, like off this type of house that she would buy. So it kind of exposed her to all of that stuff too.
Right. They got big houses here, but you got to spend big money. So I was like, you can save your money so that you can get your big house. We also gave her the incentive of, and if you ever think a fourth grandbaby is gonna come out of me, you definitely you have to come. So that's what she'll say.
She was out here like by 3:00.
So basically, she would say that's the reason why she came was to help us with the baby, but that's not why we invited her. We invited her to move in with us so she could reduce all of her bills, get herself together so that she could live the way she would want to live in California. And I also thought, you know how Asian people, they be having their elders live with them? Yeah, I was like, well, black people should do it. I think that's commendable. I mean, it's hard.
Black people either do that or
Africans
their parents just stay in their own house and they just keep watching them, like, because we ain't putting nobody in no homes.
Right. I guess not.
It's like, no, we just, like, Big Mama still live in her house. I ain't got a Big Mama no more. She still live in her house, and everybody just go check up. Hey, y'all went and check on me.
No. Yeah. We put people in homes. My family do.
Your family's a little different.
No, it's not that. Like, if somebody gets to a point where we can no longer, where they need.
Well, yeah, I think that's
around the clock attention.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think like Africans and Asians, they may do it to the point to where even if they have a nurse showing up like 8 hours a day or something like that, it's like that's what it's gonna take.
Yeah, well, my grandma, we had a nurse that came, and my cousin that stays with her.
Okay. Well, see, that's great. We couldn't do that. My mother was taking care of my grandmother. It got to the point where my mother was at work. Somebody needed to be there, so she had to put her into a nursing home. Does the Latino community or the Latinx, or as Denora says, Latinx, do?
What is Latinx?
Yes, they do that.
LATIN.
All right, just shut up. Stop.
Yes, so they do it. They
They
keep
do
it.
yeah.
They keep
But
their.
they live together typically, you know.
Yeah. Well, here in the
Yeah,
U.S., they be living all together.
Multi-generational.
So
Yes.
smart.
Yeah, so like it is. It is very smart.
Yeah.
Having them people with them 15,000 square foot houses, like it's 8 families living there. Yeah.
Yeah, they stacking
Right,
paper. Yeah.
exactly.
And I know having my mother here, I know without a shadow of a doubt, if Marcus's mother even hinted to wanting to
I've been
move out
trying.
here,
I was trying to get mom and daddy to move out here. I'm definitely trying to get mama to move out here.
yeah.
And she's actually leaned that way a little bit.
I didn't know you were trying to get both of your parents when your father was
Yeah, I was
alive.
like, why not?
And come on, what y'all doing?
I mean, I knew that wasn't gonna happen.
Right.
I ain't moving out there. For what?
But what do you feel like is the biggest thing, as far as, and especially you being a grown man? Because this is like, I guess, a preview of what my life might be like when my kids our boys become grown. What do you feel like is the biggest, like, difference in the dynamic?
From being a grown man.
From being a child to
From
a
being
grown
a child to
man.
a grown man. Well, let's. No, it was a little awkward because Angel was. Oh, I thought she was getting up to grab something. Anyway, it's different because like me and my mom, we've always been really close. Like I'm a mama's boy to the heart, to the core. I always have been, and so it's always been like a best friend / mama. And I've always felt like a child. Mm-hmm. Like from even when I moved out here, married and everything, I've always felt like a child. Like, yeah, that's my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
I just
you
feel
ever
like-
felt like a grown man?
Not, it was like, it started coming on like later in life. Like when I would go back home and I would help daddy with stuff or fix stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then after losing my daddy, I'm still struggling with that a little bit. I'm trying to keep it together.
Mm-hmm.
But after losing him, it's almost like it kind of feels like she's my responsibility now.
Uh-huh.
And that's how I feel. Like that's why I'm always calling, checking up on her. She's made out a list. You know, when I come home, like these are the things I need you to check up on, or this is like I've already got it in my mind. Like when I went home last year for Christmas, I was like just for I don't know 3-4 days straight, I was just working on the house and doing stuff around the house that I felt, even if she didn't know it, like I felt it needed to be done. And like that's just been the change. Like even now, she even feels like she knows she can call me for stuff. Like even this week, she called me. It was like these dudes is this company that they have the warranty to on their ACs, like trying to charge all this money. I'm like, send me tell them you want a breakdown of everything that they're gonna do to these AC units and send it to me because they talking about a bunch of bull. Don't none of that need to be done. So it's that type of thing. She knows she can lean on me, but that's what it's turned into. I feel like, you know, not that she can't take care of herself because she can, but I feel like that it's moved from, oh, this is, I'm no longer a child. Like, all right, she's now my responsibility. I need to take care of her and make sure she's good.
And you feel like that didn't happen until after your dad.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I didn't have. Do you feel like you felt that way after your father's passing?
Exactly the same way.
Yeah.
I think the difference is mine happened younger. So I was like 23 and I wasn't prepared for a shift that happens. And I think it also reveals to you kind of like where your parents are, right? So like my mom, I didn't know, she didn't know how to use the ATM. She only wrote checks.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? She just said, the money's just there because my dad took care of her in that kind of way. So similar to you, we have to check on the house with her. We have to remind her where to pay bills. And so that definitely didn't happen until after that was gone. Yeah.
Right.
Well, because I've never had, and while my mother has been married, I've never seen her depend on anybody. Like, you know, she would fake depend on her husbands, but it wasn't like real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the options. It was like,
It was just like she had been.
Have Stewart take care of this for me.
She's been so independent for so long. Even like in her divorces, I was never thinking, oh God, now what's mama gonna do? She gonna do what she did before she got married to the dude. So now it's crazy to like. I have to remind myself on a daily basis that woman is 30 years older than me and not younger than me, because sometimes I feel like I have to parent her. It's not so much out of a thing of, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing. It's sometimes I feel like I know what's best for her. Yeah. And that is where I have a hard struggle to hold my tongue.
Do you think that's because she's living with you? Or do you think it would be like that anyway?
It was like prior to her living with us, even when you know, as you become older and you become wiser, and then I can like actually step back and look at her actions, and I have a good enough brain to be able to be like analyze it and be like, that's not smart to do. It's hard sometimes for me to hold my tongue because I'm just like, yeah, that's what I think, and what I think might be valid, but she's still grown and lived her own life and has a right to live her own life. And so it's like a thing of how much advice do I want to actually dole out, and how much do I just need to shut up because some things don't need my advice on them. You know, I would be frustrated if she kept doing that to me and I am her child.
Yeah. I think what's different about, I don't know if other parents do this or not, but she will ask you, like she will actually, both of us, she would ask us like, do you think this is a good idea? And I even got to the point now where I tell her it doesn't matter
right.
what I think.
She gonna do what
you're gonna do what you want to do anyway.
Yeah.
They're just looking for affirmation for what they already want to do.
Yeah.
That's the thing,
No.
because they're used to getting that with someone else.
Yeah, she's trying to say, do you agree with me doing this?
Yeah.
Basically, because I'm gonna do it, but do you agree with it?
Yeah.
So it's like, why am I even wasting my breath? Like,
yeah, totally get it.
Yeah. Oh, you done? Y'all hear the baby over here coughing. He done drink down this milk too fast.
But with me, my mom is like, she would literally ask, like, what do you think is a good idea? Which way do you say swing? Because she always had daddy there, and they would decide together, like, I think we should do this. No, I think we should do that. Let's talk about it. All right, we'll do.
I can really understand. I mean, your mother and dad got together at a very young age. She was a teenager.
Yeah.
So it is like kind of a thing of, you definitely don't like the thought of, I don't want to say leaving her high and dry because that's not what you would ever do.
Yeah.
But the thought of you feeling like, oh, she now has to make all decisions by herself can feel daunting as a son to look at. Where my mother has been making decisions by herself, for herself. I don't know of any time that she wasn't. Like, that just has never been the dynamic that I've ever seen. But I think what, like you said, you know, my mother will sometimes ask for advice, and she is in full right. She said, just because I ask your advice doesn't mean I have to take it.
Yeah.
And that's what she means that too. But I have been able to really analyze my mother. I wasn't, you know, my mother grew up as my hero, so I didn't see, she wasn't a three-dimensional person. She was very two-dimensional to me. She was strong, and she loved the Lord. Those were my mother's
you reveal
characters.
things to me that you realize about your mom's, like her ways and personality. This is like, I never would have thought that.
Yeah.
You know, and she's always been that person, but I guess,
I didn't
like I said,
see
y'all
it.
living, I didn't see it. And I think you saw it, you just didn't realize what it was. I don't know.
No.
Because to me, it's like she's pretty much been the same person.
Hide it, though. Like, because, like, for me, my mom, I didn't realize how dependent she was on my dad because she raised us to be so independent. And so there was no way I could have seen that until he was removed. Like, oh, you really weren't making all these decisions. Yeah. This is really what this person was saying. You know?
No, I don't think she was hiding it. I don't think I had the mind to put the pieces together to see it. It's kind of like I'm looking at the cape, but I don't see the city on fire behind. and not to say that that's what she's just burning down towns, but like to see her as
she messed up that sunroom in the other house though.
I can't. As a woman and your mom.
Absolutely. Like, and sometimes I still have to remind myself because I'll sometimes say things and say it in a tone that I'll be forgetting she got feelings. Like, I'll be like, oh, now see, I got to figure out that I just hurt my mama's feelings because I just said it in a way that I'm just like, catch it, go on about it. Yeah. So. Do
you feel like y'all moving into like a slight feeling of like how sisters would treat each other?
Sometimes I do, and I
like
don't.
Not that you would never disrespect your mom or like see yourself as her equal or anything, but at the same time, it's like y'all's relationship or dynamic.
Yes, sometimes, and I don't want that. I don't want a sister in my mother. Yeah. I don't. She gave me 3 older sisters, so that was not a round of applause. It was my husband missing a nap.
No, I got him.
Okay, now if I see him fly by.
But if you don't, at the end of this,
I'm gonna tell you
slap
right. Don't you listen to this fool? Yeah, I don't want her as a sister. I don't. I want her as a mom.
Yeah.
And I mean, what's great? Oh, this is a backstory that you all possibly don't know. Our mothers are best friends. My mom and Marcus's mom. They didn't know each other prior to me and Marcus. They didn't become friends until me and Marcus got married. Yeah. And then they have developed a very strong friendship.
That's what we call
them. Thelma and Louise, because they be out here acting a fool.
They act a damn fool. Like, they really do.
So
I ain't even like saying it in a glad or happy way.
They do. They be acting up.
Like, what are y'all doing?
So I don't want that relationship with her. I want a mother-daughter relationship, but now I don't know what I want that to even look like. And it's like, it's evolving into whatever it's going to. And then just realizing in how many ways me and my mother don't see eye to eye on things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And how do you... She's raised me to be, I don't think I'm outspoken, but I'm definitely not a closed mouth person with my point of views and ideas and stuff. And just trying to like not feel like I'm forcing those ideas on her. It's hard. And maybe because I'm in such a mommy mode that it's like hard for me to like sometimes turn that off, because she's not my 10-year-old. She's not my 4-year-old. She is my almost 70-year-old mother. And then also finding that space for her as well, because I have so many kids and then I have a husband, and those are my priorities. She unfortunately is not one of those two, but she is a priority, but she's not those two. I
don't think she's looking to be one either. Like,
I do.
Well, yeah, I take it back. I do see that. Your mom's always liked attention from her girls, though.
Yes, she likes attention from her entire family.
Yeah, from the whole family, but particularly like her daughters. Like,
yes,
the four of y'all is like, I want to sit in a circle. I want to sit in the middle of the circle, and y'all surround me
and serenade and talk, and talk about you and give you compliments.
And the fact that she's living with you right now, that is like all coming to you.
Yeah, like, cause she'll be like, "You off the phone yet?" Now, me and my mother are so much alike in a very many ways. We both can stay on the phone for forever. But don't let her get off the phone before me. Because then she's waiting. Like, so you off the phone? God bless you. Or if I pull out the vlogging camera and I forget to put her on camera. But I also try to be respectful. Because if my mama don't have on her hair, just like if I don't have on my hair, or if she's already in her night clothes, I don't want to like just throw her on camera. But let me turn on the camera and she look good. My mama and Sai are the same people. Y'all know, for those of y'all who watch my vlogs, Sai can hear the camera turn on and he will run and find me and just be into the thing. So my mother's the same way. She's like, "Hi, everybody."
And dip her head to a 90-degree angle.
Hello, everyone. Shut up.
She does.
So my mother, she does. She loves attention. She wants attention from me, and I have to like remind myself sometimes to give her attention, because when my kids are at school and I just have him, I just be wanting to like either get work done. I might want to have like a conversation with my girlfriends, and a lot of times those conversations are helpful because we're either bouncing like business ideas, creative ideas that my mother is not as good at. Not because she doesn't want to, it's not that she doesn't want to be, it's just because she doesn't have the language to be helpful.
That ain't her realm.
So I know
you talk about some programming.
Oh, now she will have. She don't care that that's not my realm. My mother will have a 90-minute conversation with me about some stuff that I don't know anything about, and not care that I don't know about.
I say it all the time. Y'all think I be joking. Angel's family likes to talk.
We do. Oh yeah.
They are talking family.
Oh yes.
To where me and my family, we are polar opposites.
You think they hate each other? Well, because they kind of do.
Shut up. We will sit in a room and watch TV or sit back and kick it, and don't a word need to be said.
I mean, it is dead silent.
And then these fools show up.
And we talking.
And we looking at each other like, why are they still talking?
Entertaining each other, fun. We having a good.
Yeah, they singing Christmas carols and stuff. And literally, we sitting around like, yeah, this is them.
It's a good time. It is.
We have just as good of a time. Every now and then, me and my brother will crack a joke, laugh, and go back to silence.
I mean, you can barely understand Pete. He'll be like, "Oh, them kids is no angel." And I'll be like, "Huh? You talk to me? You talk to me, brother-in-law. I love you. Before the door closes and you don't talk again, let me just say something." Do you feel like it's hard to balance the sibling dynamic against your relationship with your mom? Me and Marcus are both the youngest of our siblings.
In what way? What do you mean?
And so is Marquita. She's the youngest of her siblings as well.
How many siblings you got?
I'm the youngest of 3 girls.
Oh, dang. Y'all both got...
No, she's the youngest of 3 girls. I'm the youngest of 4.
Oh, you the young... I thought you were the youngest, meaning those
there are 3 above her.
Okay, I got it. Y'all saw how slow I just got, right?
Yeah, he's like, I'm hearing things, but it's not computed.
Yeah, so what do you mean?
Like, now that everybody in our sibling, we're all adults, right? And we all have a parent. But for you specifically, because you feel like she's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Does that then change some of the relationship you have with your siblings? Because now she's your responsibility.
No, I mean, it's not like me and my brother, we 10 years apart. We actually got, the older we got, the closer we got. Because coming up, you got, I can only imagine a little brother 10 years younger than you. It's like, he's just around. Me and my sister, we've always been the same. I mean, we grew up close because we were closer in age. So, yeah, Mama used to dress us alike. Like we were twins. So we always had the same outfit. Kings Island outfits. But I don't feel like anything's changed with us.
So, I know, surprisingly, I would have thought the opposite would have happened. But Marcus used to get hot if he heard that anyone had riled up his mama out of his family. It didn't matter if it was siblings, it didn't matter if it was cousins. Marcus, it didn't matter if it was his daddy. He would be hot if somebody riled up his mama. And I feel like you are less of that person, even though you're taking in your mind more responsibility.
Because I realize a lot of this stuff that Mama gets riled up about is her damn fault. It's like she don't have to care about half the stuff or do half the stuff that she does, and I've told her that. And it's like, I'm not going to wear myself out, this far, on the other side of the country. Mama's going to be her. It's like, because before, I've cussed out my sister before, cussed out my brother. Then my daddy was yelling at him. I was on the phone with him one time. I had a cousin running from me for about 5 or 6 years because I was gonna take that boy's life. I've had, just all over Mama, just over. But at the end of the cousin thing, he was dead wrong. But everybody else, I'm like, Mama, you just got to say no or not care. And if you can't do that, then I'm not gonna stress myself out.
And you're welcome, because we had to have that conversation for you to come to that point.
You always gotta be the one.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying, this is why you love me. Because it used to get,
I've been a couple times, I was ready to fly in town.
Yeah, he was. He was just like on another level. But in that crazy...
Actually, one time I did.
Yeah, you did. But isn't that crazy? It's something, I feel like as we get older, we become wiser, though.
Yeah.
These things...
And she changed a little. She pulled back, too.
On complaining to you about the stuff?
Or this going so far to help people. Because that's what will rile me up. Mama will reach in way too deep to help people. And I'm like, stop reaching. If they don't want help, don't try to help them.
Now, Marquita, same question for you. Do you feel like there is any dynamic that shifted between you and your sisters once you all became adult children that were having to help?
I would have said no up until my mom got sick. So prior to her getting sick, I think our relationships and everything were the same. But once we found out that she had cancer and she had to move in with my middle sister, I think my middle sister feels or have felt that because she's there, she's the one that gets to make the decisions. And that obviously does not go over well with opinionated women. So I think that's where the clash is, because sometimes you think proximity gives you more kind of like is the final say versus it being everybody come together. So it'd be like them making a decision about your mom just because you're not there.
Right.
And you wouldn't, I'm sure.
Yeah,
you know, that's like not happening.
Don't get me wrong, I'll still fly in.
Oh yeah, exactly. Listen, exactly. I was you. I was for 1 year. I was going back and forth until I had to come to the revelation as well. It's like I can't run myself crazy doing that because they are still going to live their lives. Yeah. And I think now that they have. My mom has always been close with all her girls, but her and my middle sister now have this interdependent type relationship, so they will co-sign their foolery. So we learned to let them have their thing, but I think we're all in a much better place now.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that you mentioned, that now that I am an adult, I can now also analyze my sister's relationships with my mother, like, and noticing that there is a real difference between all of our relationships. And not that there's anything wrong with that at all, but I think at one point in time I was naive about, like, you know, if they would be like, oh, Angel's mommy's favorite is what a lot of people say. I'm up there. I would definitely say that.
No, I'm definitely mama's favorite.
I'm up there.
I was Granny's favorite.
Listen, I know I was my grandmother's favorite.
I definitely
as well.
was my mom's favorite till she got sick. But you're like my best friend, though. That's like like Angel and I have talked about, like, our moms. We were just really close. Like, I would tell her anything and not think twice about it. Yeah. And she'd be the person who'd be like, don't let them do you like that. Like, you know, so she was like, it was a friendship, not a sister relationship, but we had a great friendship. Yeah. As I got older. Yeah.
I feel like my mother holds a different place in everyone's life, and I feel like something that it really manifested that she was having a problem with figuring out what she held in my life versus my sister's is when we were having our kids. Yeah. In the labor and delivery room. Yeah. She was like, I came so I can hold your leg. I don't want you to hold my leg. I don't need you to hold my leg.
Yeah, I didn't know that's what it was when it was happening, but it's just like, all right, I'm here with my wife, we're having this baby. Yeah. And it's like she kept trying to step in, and I'm just like, I need you to stop. Like, not rude or anything. I wasn't trying to be rude or anything. I was just like,
but she hadn't communicated it to you.
Right, so no. We had already came up with a game plan for her, and she was like,
she kept trying to buck that game plan.
Yeah. And I was like, this is what I need you to do. You know, like, this is like how you would help us right now. Not doing this. I need you to do that.
And she kept saying, well, how doesn't, I remember afterwards, she said, doesn't the way I want to help matter? And I'm like, no, like, it doesn't. Because she was basing off, so like my sister that's above me, Melissa, my sister truly uses my mother as fully a mother. Like, she wants to be able to cry on mommy's shoulder. She wants the advice. She wants the prayer. She's like, please rescue me. That is like she truly uses my mom like a mom. And my mother obviously loves that. My sister Jackie, that's more of her road dog. Like, they've worked together. Like, my mother trained my sister for the field that she's in. So there's they have a little more of a, not as much as before, but like the codependency that you talk about. At one point in time, they were very much so like codependent on one another. Daisy's dynamic with my mother is the most like, for the lack of a better term, it's like wonky. Like, it's hard for me to be able to like tell what it is. I think it's because they are oddly enough so much alike that's what might cause like the I don't know. I don't want to call it weird because it puts a negative connotation on it, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Where I'm like, I want to bring my mother along for the adventure. That is where I'm like, it's not that I need you to help, because she's always like, you all don't ask me to help. Like, I'm here to do this. I'm like, no, I'll ask you to help when I need it, but when I don't need it, I'm not going to ask for it. I'm always saying, like, because she was just like, I feel like I'm not doing anything here. And I'm like, live your life. Don't wait for us to give you a task. Yeah. Please live your life. And
because I'm not like, because it's not my mom. I mean, I call her Miss Dorothy, but, you know, of course I respect her like a mom and everything, but I'm not, we didn't bring her out here for me to lean on her for anything. Yeah. And, like, she likes that feeling needed, because, you know, that's what she gets out of the other girls. So it was like, why am I here? It's like, you know, you're here for us to allow you to be able to do what you need to do. Like,
yes, yeah.
I think for so long though, like that generation, that's what they did in this season of their life. Whereas now, if you're like, oh, we don't need you to be just Nana that's sitting here babysitting the kids, they're like, then what am I doing? So she has to figure that out,
right?
Because she gets tired of that when we do ask.
Exactly.
Like,
that's
she's like, no, hold on,
she honestly
I
don't
go to
want
the casino
that.
or something. Yeah,
she wants to be needed.
But when she wants to be needed.
Right, and how she wants to be needed, right.
Because she'll do something weird, something that I would never volunteer to do. It's like, let me take all the kids all day, and y'all just go relax.
Oh.
And 3 hours later, she's like, all right, I'm done with them for the next 2 weeks.
She's like, they wore me out. I got to go to my room.
And she will disappear for a minute.
And so
I ain't talking about an hour. I'm talking about like a week or two. Like,
so that's why I'm like, I'd rather pay somebody who's not gonna be worn out. That'll come back tomorrow and be just fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, that has been. I think that's been like the struggle. If she was talking on this podcast right now, I think that's what's been the struggle for her. Is just trying to figure out what our relationship is supposed to look like. And also her kind of being able, because my mother likes attention, like I sometimes am like, I can't take you certain places because I need you not to be trying to get attention.
oh man.
And like, you know, my mother's the type, if I were to listen, there's some people, even though I think your mama's got a little bit in it in her too, not as much as my mama, if I were to take her on a set on a show that I was working on, and if they said, do you want to be an extra in this scene? Yes.
No.
I shall be it. Do I have lines? No, you don't. You can't be that.
She would end up getting cut from that scene. It's like, why do you keep looking and smiling at the camera, man?
I
like,
mean,
that's the one rule.
Listen, I mean, both of our mothers would. Well, your mother would be like, well, okay, yeah.
No, but that, in that aspect, I will say they are complete opposite.
Why? What do you mean?
Because Mama is like me. She would rather fade to background, and just kick back, sit there and grin, you know, and smile and laugh.
At your mama.
She's gonna laugh at her mama.
Let me tell you, your mother. Anytime I've been like, "Hey, do you mind if I shoot?" Okay, well, let me put on my hair and let me get my
because
hair
she's
right.
been introduced to this whole thing.
Yes.
But if it's like a full, this is you and a camera. But if it's a full audience at a production.
If a lot of people were, if it was a live studio audience, maybe not so much. But even now, I feel like she's changed.
Trust me on this. She hasn't. That ain't her. You don't put your mama.
They're not the same person by no means. But I have seen your mama,
Angel's mama,
but peacock a little bit.
Angel was filming a show, and we show up.
It was a pilot.
A pilot, and there's a big long line of people to get there. Well, when I come through the gate, I let them know who I am, who Angel is. So they were like, "Oh, we can go." A golf cart was driving by at that moment, and they were like, "Yeah, take him to the set of blah blah blah." So I jump on the cart, and there's a couple of friends, Angel's friends in line. So they like Marcus, so they waving. Naturally, everybody else in the line thinks I'm famous because somebody recognized. I didn't tell you that. Everybody turns around, starts waving. So anyway. I ended up letting Angel's mom out early so she could go ahead and get up front. So she didn't get the golf cart ride. So I can already tell that she was just like, you got the golf cart ride. So they've already put us in line where we need to be. She's pushing up past everybody saying, we're VIP. Excuse me, we're VIP. We ain't nobody. We're pushing past the family of like directors. Probably the writer, the founder, whoever. We push past all these people. She's talking about we're VIP, and I'm just like, no, we wasn't. I let her go on, walk on up there, past all of those people, and she sat there. Is this where we're supposed to sit? Finally, she was trying to sit in that very first row. They were like, no, you need to sit back here. But this says reserved. We know that, ma'am, but you need to sit back here.
She gets excited. I do understand. Like, I am in a part of an industry that she would have never in a million years thought she would have seen any bit or piece of it. Like, just having a TV was it was a thing. So now to be around the people that make the TV shows, that are in the movies that she watches, like, it gets, she be feeling good.
I'll say my mama would be right there in line with behind the person that walked up before her, in front of the person that walked up after her, smiling.
Yes.
Stepping in line.
Yes. So yeah, that's.
I'm like, Mama, you were supposed to go all the way to the front. Well, I didn't. Wasn't nobody else going to the front, Mom. This is my show. Well, I didn't know who else was on the show. That could have been their family's Marcus.
Marcus is being. Listen, your mama likes to stunt sometimes. Not as bad as my mama.
It's a mountain to a molehill, is what it is. My mama gonna stunt when she throw on a ring on damn near every finger.
She'll be like, I went, and she'll go home. Yeah, I went to the studios and sat front row.
She ain't gonna try to get on national television. Your mama, on the other hand,
she would. But yeah, just like her understanding. And she wants to be involved. You know, she's always asking me questions. I don't tell her when I have auditions. I don't tell her when I have meetings.
Oh, she's so funny.
Because she still hasn't realized that her nervous energy, her excited energy translates to nervousness to me. And then my energy gets off. And I'm trying to protect my energy because this is a industry of uncertainties. And I'm just relying on the assurity of the Lord. So that's where my focus is. And I don't want like a bunch of questions that are going to like take me off my game. So a lot of times...
Hey.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The baby got mad at me.
Shut up.
Leave my baby alone. So like my mother, she's excitable. She's got a lot of energy.
What you say to me?
She's got a lot of energy. Oh, you want some more, booby? She's got a lot of energy and she wants to ask a million questions. She's like, is it a commercial or is it a movie? Is it a sitcom? And sometimes I'm like, I think even if I answer you, you're not going to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, did they call? Did you hear anything? God dang
like
it.
The next day.
I was hoping, come on, Lord. It's my daughter's turn. I'm like, Mama, just pray
But
silently.
it's her daughter's turn for her.
No. I mean, I know she genuinely is ready for me to win. Do you want it or no? Oh, okay. No, you just want to talk to your hand while my boob is on the side of your face. So that's a whole nother dynamic of actually like kind of teaching her this industry, how it works, and her understanding what her role is in that. Like, you can't, like, I remember when I took her to meet my manager and she was on the phone with my aunt, and I was like, if you don't hang up that phone before he gets down them steps,
on speakerphone, talking loud,
I'm going to throw that phone out the window. Like, we don't do that. Like, no, when he comes down here, you be ready to say hello, not hold on one more. Unless it's about a deal to make a movie, get off the phone. So so that's a whole.
Her life. She is like a spinoff of any type.
Oh yeah, like if I ever were to develop a show, her character would definitely exist because she is she's a huge part of my life. I'm glad she's a part of my life. I'm glad she lives with us, and I'm glad we're having this time to really figure out our adult relationship with each other.
Story.
You know, you ain't gonna keep telling my mama. You tell a story about your mama.
My mama don't live with us.
You tell a story about her.
What was this, last Saturday, whatever. A recent Saturday, she's on the phone with my mama. It's early. Me and Angel's still in the bed asleep. So Angel's mama likes to talk on speakerphone, but she'll still hold the phone up to her ear.
But my mother can't hear out of one of her ears. You can't tell half of the story.
That's the ear that she uses to talk on the phone for some reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, so extremely loud. The phone conversation, the person on the other line is loud because it's on speakerphone turned up. Everything's loud. She's loud. She walks in the room talking on the phone, yelling, like talking like she's in a room by herself. And then she whispers to Angel.
No, she walks into the room and she goes, do you know where the such and such is? His mother gets back on the phone and she's like, okay, I'm back, Dorothy. She's like, all right, Margaret.
Hold on real quick. And I'm laying there like, I got to start locking this door on Friday night. Because it's always some type of walk-in on Saturday morning, like way too early for me. I'm just like, I'm going to have to start locking the door on Friday night.
And then she can't help it. She really can't. She can't regulate her loudness. She cannot, because she can't hear out of one of her ears.
She could put that phone on the good ear.
It's not that she can't. It's still hard. The way sound works, it's easier for her to hear when it's not by her ear. She ain't doing it on purpose.
I'm going to get her some headphones.
Even that, if you heard her ear. She does try to work with those though, because with the mouthpiece. But yeah, no, it is been. That was funny. I said, Mama, you just yelled. She said, oh, girl, shoot. Okay, this is the last thing. The other part that I have the hardest time dealing with is realizing that my mom is getting old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I get frustrated because I be like, why can't she do this? What is that? And then I'm thinking, this woman is almost 70. I'm still got her as like a 30-year-old woman raising me as a 30. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes because my mother has been, yes, and that's like, I feel bad when I don't remember that. Like when she's asking me how to do something yet again, I'm like, how come you don't remember how to do this? It's like I feel like it's my child, and I'm like, oh, she's getting older. Like that's why she doesn't know how to do it. I don't want to be that parent. I loathe the thought of when little Marcus is looking at me like,
oh yeah, he gets frustrated with me trying to play at Xbox. And I see his frustration and I think it's funny. I was like, it's only gonna get worse.
But no, I really don't want to be that child where my parent feels like, mama walks around like we abuse her here in this house.
She really does. And it pisses, I don't know about Angel, but it pisses me off. When she walk up to me whispering, you know how they back in the day.
Because you get mad when she yell in the bedroom. So what you want, Marcus?
First thing in the morning, she's Mark, I'm like, why is she acting like we just whipped her, like with a whip the day before?
Because I'm snappy. That's why.
So is you.
And you snappy too.
No,
you don't snap, but when you're not happy, you are cold as ice.
Whatever, Angel.
Look at you. You're about to freeze me out. You're about to freeze me out. Do you ever feel that with your mom? Do you ever feel like she makes old woman mistakes? Do you ever feel that like that?
Been doing that?
Absolutely. She repeats herself, the same stories over and over.
Yes. Oh, Marcus, you got irritation. Go ahead, tell that. Marcus hates because his mama be telling him about people he don't care about on the phone.
Mama she fills me in. It's me and Mama's conversation. It's me and Mama's conversation. Mom, what you doing? Oh, nothing. Just sitting here watching this game. Her daddy really got into sports. Just watching this game. Yeah, so-and-so, she went to the hospital today. I'm like, and they don't know how she's doing because her leg was hurting and then they found something else wrong. So the doctor ran. My mom was in the medical field, been in the medical field over 30-some years. So she's telling me all this terminology that I don't know about these people that I don't know. And I'm like, Mama, who are you talking about? You remember, and so then she texts me on this whole family tree of this person that I have no idea who they are. Marcus, they used to go to the same church as us. Okay. So I'm trying to change the subject. So yeah, they don't know how she's gonna end up because it's not looking good. And her daughter's gonna fly in town, and they think she's she's gonna think about moving back here. Who's her daughter, Mom? Cynthia. You don't remember Cynthia? Nah, Mom, I don't remember Cynthia. Anyway, Mom, I don't know these people. Oh, then she catch attitude with me.
Because you snapping.
Because I done told her 5 times, Mom, I don't know who this is.
It doesn't matter that you don't know. It doesn't matter. She just wants you to listen to this whack story about somebody who's about to die. That's their tea. That's what you remember I told you. That's
so-and-so broke her ankle.
Is somebody dying?
Somebody dying or sick. That's their tea. That's like when we say, did you hear what Cardi B did to such and such? Their thing is, such and such is in the hospital. They had to amputate his arm.
And I say I don't give a damn what Cardi B did to such and such.
Well, I'm saying Cardi B, but I know that's not what you care about. But still, that's their tea. And she also tells you what does she like to tell you as well?
Every single time we talk, she's gonna tell me how the weather is. She gonna let. I'm gonna know. I know the weather in Kentucky better than I do in California. I promise you. Oh. Yeah, so it cooled off today. And it's they talking about it's gonna rain, but they don't ever know what it's gonna do. It's supposed to rain into this week. Yeah, I'm like,
it poured the rain. Was that?
You can talk about my horrible ass phrase that she said.
Oh no, as much as you clown my mom in this podcast, Margaret's gonna get some of this. She's getting
it poured the rain. Mama, what does that mean? It poured down raining? This is country folk, y'all. Straight up country folk. Hold up. I'm gonna talk about my sister too. They are so country. God dang, I'm country too though.
Listen, Marquita country, her people country. She know country.
I can't remember what I was like. My sister answered, I think, the house phone. Mama's when I called. I was like, "What y'all doing?" I don't know. They just came back from some, I don't know, like fall tradition of a pumpkin patch. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just a pumpkin patch though. They had like hay rides and everything.
Hilarious.
Listening to my sister talk about that, I said, "Y'all are so country."
And they probably thought it was the best thing ever.
Yes. I took the boys on a pumpkin patch.
I used to love
we
the
got
hay
one
ride.
not far from us.
Hey, right.
Yeah, I took
Girl,
the boys on one.
don't get me excited with a good time.
So you said your mama repeats herself. That's her old lady thing?
Oh, yeah. She definitely, and she loves to tell about the dying people as well.
The dying people is the
I
thing.
don't know why they're so fascinated with that, but she definitely loves to bring that up.
I've heard my mother telling other people, calling her sisters, girl, yes, I got to go. Because she ain't going to make it. No, she's not going to make it. I got to go.
I'm going to do a what is it? Not the benediction.
Oh, she does eulogy.
I'm going to do a eulogy.
My mother is
Listen, they love to go to the funerals too. Like, oh, we got to pay our respects and go by the house. Oh, okay.
As my granny used to say, the funeral.
Right.
My mother still thinks she can fight folks. She was like, I told Liz, see, had it happened to me, he would have been on his back. Mama, really? I'm trying to remember you're old. You need to also remember you're old. You would have sat in your car quietly and waited until everything passed. But okay, so you guys, let us know. Oh, you going to tell them what to let them know? Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all let us know what.
Look, he took over.
Yeah.
Let us know what your dynamic is. If you still have a living parent or two living parents.
Do you still feel like a child?
Yeah. Do you feel like you are now the parent? Because sometimes I feel that way and I shouldn't. So let us know in the comments, and if you have any funny story about your parent and y'all's relationship, you could also let us know in the comments. Again, please make sure you rate this podcast wherever you're listening to it. And if you haven't already joined the family, subscribe to the YouTube channel, That Chick Angel TV, as well as follow us on Instagram at That Chick Angel, at Marcus Ain't on the Gram, and Is This Gonna Cause an Argument? I think that's it. So we want to say a special thank you to Miss Marquita. We didn't do the comment of the day, boo.
We didn't.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we didn't do the comment of the day. Oh man, it might be too late. Oh no, I might be able to pull it up.
Can you pull it up?
Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm so sorry. That's gonna be your job from now on.
That's gonna be my job.
Yes, you got to be over the comments because I can't do everything. I mean, yes, I'm a great mother and wife and all those things, but goodness, Marcus, you got to do something. You got to do some work. By the time I get to whatever, what, guys, we're going to have to let it go because we can't, by the time we find what the comment's going to be, we should have did that ahead of time had we been professionals. So we're going to step up our game for the next time.
All right, this is from Kiss the Chef 2010. I'm a newbie. I really enjoyed this discussion. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you so much.
All dirty, but it was. But still, we thank you for being a
we
newbie.
did, y'all. It slipped us,
and it's late. He got to get.
No, we do appreciate all the new people coming.
But we got the podcast in. All right, for real. The baby's crying. Let me get up off of here. Y'all be blessed, and we'll talk to you all later.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye. Thanks, Marquita.
Appreciate it.
That Chick Angel.